Hello. How are you guys? I wanted to jump on and do a quick video this evening. I'm not going to be doing full face makeup today. I had actually made a brow video, one of the first videos that I made. Somehow I have misplaced it. It got deleted. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if somebody stole it or exactly what. But anyway, I wanted to make a new one because of that reason. So if you guys will bear with me just for a second, I'm going to go ahead and get this set up really fast. Normally only takes a second. My computer is very slow though, so I never know how long that's going to be. I'm going to try to be fast. I still got to make dinner, so I'm going to try to be as quick as possible. I've got a lot to cover. I like to make videos kind of explaining things. Sometimes I think a lot of people are interested in those types of videos. So today we're going to be talking about brows. I want to explain to you guys what I know and, kind of the guidelines that I like to follow when dealing with that. Sharon. Okay, so I've got that done. I'm just going to take a quick second here and try to invite a few people. I'm not sure where everyone's at. I'm sure a lot of people are still at work. But I'm going to go ahead and send out my invites. Okay. Just one second. I'm sorry. I hate doing this. I normally try to be fast. Getting these started is very annoying to sit and watch people share and invite and whatnot. So I try to keep that in mind. But sometimes you just kind of got to. I am not the best at all this yet. I'm still kind of new to it. So I'm sure there's a lot that I don't know. Okay, so brows. Now right now my face is clean. I don't have any sort of makeup or anything like that on. I wanted to show you guys kind of the basics, how to start. I actually just waxed my brows. So that's the reason, I figured I might as well go ahead and make this video over. Normally, when you're dealing with brows, a lot of people are going to wax or tweeze or shape them in some sort of way. It's my lip conditioner. I'm sorry. I love this stuff, girls. My lips are very dry. I don't know if it's because we're, coming out of winter or what. But this stuff is perfect for the peeling that they do. So I like to wear it as much as I possibly can. Okay, so when you're talking about brows, first of all, everyone's brows are different. They've got a different shape. They grow in naturally different. No one's brows are exactly the same, regardless if they're 100% natural, or if you are going in and shaping them in some sort of way. I try to recommend that ladies stay away from shaving if at all possible. I know there's threading, there's waxing, there's plucking, so there's a lot of different options out there. When you shave hair, it cuts it straight off. So when it grows back in, it's going to seem thicker. It's going to seem coarser. When your hair naturally grows in, it's kind of pointed on the end. So that's where that difference is coming in. Brows are one of them things. They're kind of hard to get right without having to deal with that. So that's normally kind of why I suggest that. Now, I've got an orange wood stick. And this is what I use when I wax my brows. I want to show you the guidelines to shaping your brows. Now, regardless of what shape they actually are, there is basic guidelines kind of for everyone to follow in order to get them the right length and whatnot. So how you're going to start this, you're going to go from the corner of your nose up through the corner of your eye. And I'm using this kind of for that guide. And you can see there, kind of, that should be right where your brow is starting in the center. Now, I've got a really wide nose, so between my eyebrows is a little wide. But for my face and the way it's shaped, that's going to give me a perfect guide to follow when I'm waxing. I know everyone has kind of got them little rough hairs in there, but you really don't want to go much further than that in the beginning of your eyebrow. And you can do this on both sides. As you can see, this one is a little further in. It is thinner. The hair is thinner on this side. So normally when I go in with my filler, I like to fill that in a little more. Okay, now for the end of your brow, you're going to go from the corner of your nose through the corner of your eye. And you can see that should be right where the end of your brow is. Sorry, I had it off my nose there. You can see there that, you know, mine is right there, kind of in that guideline. Using your face and, you know, things on your face to base your guidelines is really helpful because, like I mentioned, everyone's face is different. Everyone's nose is a different shape and size. Their eyes, you know. So using something on your face as kind of like a pivoting point is really going to help you stay true to the natural shape and whatnot of your face. I actually waxed this one a little short this time, as you can see there. But that's nothing that a little, you know, pencil or, you know, wax, gel, whatever you use will fix that. Now, the most important part, and this is the hardest part, I get a lot of questions about this, the arch in your eyebrow. The way my brows are shaped currently is kind of like a more natural. I do have an arch in there, but it's kind of my natural arch. They're not really thin. I didn't take a lot off of them. So you're going to go from the corner of your nose again, straight through kind of the center of your eye. Your pupil is where the guideline follows. Sometimes that's hard to kind of estimate. So I try to use like the corner of my eye, you know, the colored part of your eye. And that's going to be right where you want your arch to be. So that's going to get you kind of a basic guideline of the shape, the size, the length, and whatnot of your brows. If you're having issues with your brows sagging, you know, maybe your eyelid skin, stuff like that, it's not as firm or supple as you would like it, I definitely would recommend the new Clinical. This is a Pro Eye Lift Serum. It's actually a double product. It's in one container, as you can see here. It's got a little tab that you lift this, and there's 2 products in there. Now, the cream, you're going to put that under your eye, and it's amazing for dark under eyes, you know, sagging, puffiness, all that different stuff. And then the gel, you're going to put on your lid and all the way up around your brow. This stuff is amazing. Actually, tomorrow will be exactly a week that I have been using this stuff. I can tell a difference. I can feel it. I have had so many people notice it. So definitely look into this. It's currently on sale in the campaign 10 that we're on. So if you want to try it, now is definitely the time to do that. So get a hold of me if you want to try that out. As of right now, I'm going to go ahead and start filling in. Now, the shape of your brow is really something that's more personal. Like I said, everyone's kind of got their own shape. There are different names for different shapes, like a tadpole. There's the little kind of just a line. This one, I'm not sure exactly what the name of it is, but it's kind of the more popular. I've heard people call it the YouTube brow before. I don't know what it's called. I guess it's just mine, how I like to wear them. But the point of filling in, as you can see, my eyebrows are sparse. I don't have a lot of eyebrow hair, so you definitely want to go back in with something. They make chalks, they make powders, they make gels, waxes, they make pencils, the little ink things. There's so many different options. They've got fiber fill now for your brows. So there's definitely a lot of different options when it comes to that. You kind of just got to try them, see what works best for you. I personally prefer a pencil only because I've tried the powders and whatnot. I have a hard time getting them to stick to my skin versus my hair. And the problem with that is, like I'm short here, there's no hair for it to stick to. So I've struggled with that. Now, the way I'm going to fill my brows in, I like to kind of start in the corner here and kind of get some sort of a line. Now, the line that I'm wanting is from the corner of my brow here, which this is the thinner side that I mentioned earlier. So I'm kind of going to concentrate a little more on filling it in here in the beginning. I normally don't like to do that. I don't know. I think it makes them kind of look more stamped on. But it's definitely important to get the right shade. Regardless if you're using a pencil or a powder or whatever. I'm going to go from the corner and kind of follow the shape here up to the arch here. And I'm kind of going to want it almost like a straight line. And I'm just working the pencil kind of in between the hair to kind of darken the skin underneath. I'm going to do the same thing kind of on the top here. I'm going to follow my natural shape and fill in, you know, the sparseness. I know a lot of people kind of will go a stripe forward and then a stripe back, kind of like this. I don't like doing that because it kind of gets your eyebrow out of place. And if you're careful enough, you can kind of get those, all the gaps filled in without doing that. But definitely if you need to in a spot, or if you want to the whole way, you can just kind of use a spoolie and go back in there to calm them down as you need to. And you can see there how it's kind of coming together versus this side. Brows are definitely one of those things that people are a little scared of, I think. Makeup in general, I don't feel that there is a right or a wrong way. I don't want to confuse anyone that, you know, I'm a professional, or that, you know, I'm saying if you don't do it the way I do it, then you're wrong. That is by no means the reason that I do these videos. I am a professional cosmetologist. I've been that for over 10 years now. So I think that maybe I have some insight on some things. But I like to just show what works best for me. And hopefully that encourages you. Hopefully you can incorporate that into your own routine and make it work for you as well. Okay, girls. So I think I've got this one pretty well where I like it. Following my guidelines. I think I'm pretty good. I will add to this by saying the corner of my brows, the way they're made in the arch here, they're really sparse on the end. I don't care for that. So what I like to do from my arch to the tip of my brow on the top side, I like to kind of put a rounded circle from here, kind of rounded down to this point. Now, you're not going to over-exaggerate the rounded too much. What that's going to do for me, I feel like it kind of contours my face a little better instead of kind of just that cut off that you can see definitely on this side. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. I like my brows this shape, but like I said, everyone's got their own preference. So I'm just going to go ahead and start on this side. If you are using a pencil, I think it's very important to keep it sharp. Kind of a little excessively sharp, just because your eyebrow hairs are so thin. You're kind of wanting your pencil strokes to mimic that of the hair, if that makes sense. I guess all in all, it kind of is just going to be a base kind of behind your brows on your skin. I've always just found that when your brush or your pencil is extremely sharp, it really kind of helps you get more precise with the shaping. So you can see here, I'm just kind of following the natural shape that I've got. Now here we're at that corner again on the top. I'm going to fill it in the way it's growing. Would kind of be like that. And you can see versus this side the difference. See how from here it's kind of rounded down to that point. So that's what I'm going to do on this side. From where I stop here at my arch, I'm a little blurry. Where I stop here at my arch, kind of going to round it down. Get my spoolie here and comb them. Now, if you struggle with extra long eyebrow hairs, what I recommend is getting you a smaller pair of scissors, something like this. And what you're going to do, you're going to take your spoolie and comb all your hair straight up, all the way through. And then you're going to follow the natural shape with your scissors, and you kind of just want to lay your scissors against your skin and kind of cut just right along that natural shape. Another way that you can do it, you can take a comb and kind of comb up under and trim along the top of the comb. That is another way that you can trim them. Sometimes a good trimming is all you really need. You know, if you're just kind of wanting a more natural look and don't want anything, you know, with a really high arch or whatnot. Sometimes it's a really good way to start out as well, is to trim them really nice and then kind of go from there and add an arch or, you know, whatever you're looking for. Okay, girls, I think I'm happy. I think I've got everything pretty well how I wear it. Now, I wanted to take this a little further and give you all another couple tips that you can use to really kind of perfect them. Normally, I like to use a highlighting powder under my brow. This is our Moonlit highlighting powder from Avon. I'm going to use it. And this brush here, it's actually got a wild hair, the brush. Oh well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm kind of just going to dab this along right under the arch of my brow. So kind of right here where my arch has started, all the way to the corner. I'm just going to kind of add this in there. Now, right now, I don't have any makeup on, face makeup, but if I did, and I use this highlighting powder on my cheeks, maybe down my nose, I think it is so beautiful when you have that kind of consistency with the colors matching. So I'm going to go ahead and do this side. I'm kind of going to work it right from the start of the arch here all the way to the tip. I'm kind of just going to blend underneath here. Normally, if I've got eyeshadow on, I like to use the eyeshadow single in Champagne. It is a beautiful white shimmer. Let me see if I can find it here really fast. Yep. And this is what that looks like. I use this a lot. Mostly all of my videos. I'm going to take a smaller brush. Something kind of like this. And I'm going to get some on there. And I'm going to just kind of line this out. I'm going to kind of stick as close to my eyebrow as I can. Just to kind of give it that extra little pop. You can see there versus this side. It really kind of made it stand out. I'm going to do the same on this side. I love this Champagne, girls. I think this is one of my favorite makeup products in the world. I love the way that looks. Now I'm going to take my brush here and kind of just soften the bottom edge. Blend it into that highlighting powder a little. You can see the shimmer that added. I am going to take a little and put it here in the corner. Just because I like wearing it there. I think it really kind of opens your eyes. Makes you look, more alert and fresh. Just going to kind of put it right in the corner of my eye. I kind of put a lot, actually. I normally don't use that brush. Let me find one that's clean. And we'll blend it out a little bit. There we go. Now you can really see how that opened my eyes up. Added some shimmer. Honestly, at this point, without any actual, eyeshadow or anything, it might kind of look a little much. But when you've got eyeshadows on, it really looks pretty. Okay, so there's that. Now, a couple other things that you can do to really perfect your brow. If your brows are on the darker side, you can take a liquid liner. Something that's got a really fine point, which this one is the black one. You probably definitely want to use a brown for that, unless you've got black hair. And what they do is they just take the liquid eyeliner and really just kind of outline the bottom of their brow. And you want to do that from the start all the way to the finish. That's really going to make them look sharp, you know, chiseled. I personally have too light of brows to do that. My brows are too light. Normally, they don't make a liquid liner quite light enough for that. If they did, I would probably definitely do that. Another thing that you can do is you can take a white liner, which this one's kind of dull, so I'm going to kind of sharpen it a little. If you've got liners like this that are kind of retractable and you like to sharpen them, if you kind of push your fingers together, kind of right on the corner, and twist it, the heat of your fingers kind of heats it up. And you can see there that it gave it a point of some sort. It's not perfect, but it's the easiest way I've found to try to actually sharpen them. Let me see what's going on with this music. I love YouTube, I really do, but for some reason, there are so many ads anymore. So I'm going to take this white liner and I'm going to go underneath my brow, kind of as close to it as I can. And you can see the way that I'm doing this. If you would use a liquid liner, you would just use the same principle, but on the base of your eyebrow instead of right under it like that. Now, if it looks kind of sharp, I'm going to go in the center here and kind of just blend that out slightly with the champagne in there. You're not going to have to do much. If you don't have a white shimmer already on, you might have to blend it a little more. I don't know what that was. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and do this side. Shreya, hi. It didn't notify me that you were on. Welcome, welcome. So what I'm doing is just kind of lining right underneath my brow where we put the highlighter. I literally just lined it out. A white liner is also really pretty on your waterline. It really kind of makes your eyes look clear and open, fresh. It's so pretty. I think we got about everything. I did want to mention a brow gel. I know sometimes they're kind of hard to find. Avon used to carry a brow gel. I had one and I used it all. I actually used the whole thing. They currently don't have one. I'm hoping that they bring theirs back. For now, I've been using this one, which is a Rimmel London. It's called Brow This Way. I really like it because of the brush that it's got. It's really small, so it's perfect for those little brow hairs. I like using a brow gel because it really kind of sets your brows. Keeps them from, you know, moving around on you. If you use a powder or something like that for your brows, most of the time they come with like a wax or something like that, which is kind of designed to work together. The powder and the wax work together to fill your brows. I've never tried one of those with the brow gel, but I suppose that you could. I'm not sure what the outcome would be, really, until I tried that out. Trying to think if there's anything I forgot to mention. Eyebrow growth. If you're concerned, if you're looking to grow your eyebrows at a faster rate, I recommend a castor oil for that. They actually package and market, certain companies market castor oil for eyebrow growth or eyelash growth. I have used it on my brows before. I have used it on my eyelashes. I prefer it on my brows just because it is an oil and it burns your eyes. So I don't really recommend that you put it that close to your eyes. But definitely for your brows, castor oil. Huh. I didn't notice you was doing one. It didn't tell me again. I am following your page. Also, I don't see any comments from anyone that is watching. I don't know. Well, see, I'm currently live out of my group, which I go live from my group and I share that to my business page and my personal page. So depending on where you're picking that up from, may affect the comments, but I'm not sure why it's not notifying you. Tap my nose real fast, Sharia. Tap my nose. Does the description come up? It should kind of pop up from below and say the description of my video. If you do that, if you tap my nose, over in the right corner of the little window that pops up, it'll say follow. See if you're following or not that way. That might make a difference. Yeah. It's confusing. It really is. Don't be sorry. I know it's taken me a while to get used to everything. It's hard. It's complicated. I kind of just got everything figured out, and I realized, I believe it was yesterday, Facebook made changes to the groups and the pages and whatnot. So I'm hoping that that doesn't affect what I have figured out. If so, I'm going to have to go right back and refigure it out. But it's very confusing. It is. So hopefully nothing changed. If you do, like I said, touch my nose, the little box should pop up from the bottom. And on the right, top right, you should be able to see if you're following or not. It says you're following. Yeah, I'm not sure, unless it's just a glitch or something. Anyway, girls, I appreciate you watching. I'm sorry, Shreya, that you caught me at the last minute. Next time I'll message you before I go, and then you can be, waiting that. If anyone needs brochures, would like samples, I don't know, maybe it's my service. Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure. But I'll get a hold of you next time prior to, and then you won't miss it. Pamphlets, brochures, flyers, samples, get a hold of me. If anyone is interested in joining me, start your journey with Avon, make some life-changing decisions, get a hold of me. I'm still looking to mentor a few new ladies, so definitely get a hold of me on that. Let me see. I'm going to try to go live, not tomorrow, but the next day, just for anyone. If you want to keep, kind of keep tabs on me. So what would that be? Wednesday. I'm going to try to Wednesday, normally around this time, 5, 6. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you. Pretty is as pretty does. So stay pretty.